Hi, everybody. I hope you're having a great day today. I'm Chef Tucker, and I'd like to take a second to talk to you guys about Hollandaise. Now, Hollandaise is one of the 5 mother sauces, and the 5 mother sauces are the classic French sauces that pretty much all sauces are derived from. In the modern world, where we've got a lot more different countries and regional cuisines, there's a little bit more to it, but the 5 mother sauces are the 5 basic sauces, and they translate really well to other cuisines. Now, this one is the egg-based sauce, and it's often considered to be the trickiest of sauces because once you break it, it's broken. You just gotta, there are a couple of ways here and there to fix it, but it's 9 times out of 10 best to just throw it out and then try again. Now, what you're gonna need for this is egg yolks, lemon juice, a little bit of hot sauce or cayenne pepper, melted butter, a double boiler, so a pot with water in the bottom, as you can see steam coming up, and a bowl that sits on it nice to where the bowl will warm up. Because I learned to do this over an open flame, but for this, especially if you've never done it before, a gentle heat like a double boiler is your best friend, because once those eggs go too far, like I said, there's no coming back. And the other thing you need is just a little bit of water. And that little bit of water is important. So now that I got my bowl heating up, got a whisk. What we're going to do is we're going to, like I said, this gets tricky, so just bear with me. We're going to put a little bit of water in the bottom. A little bit of water is important. It doesn't need to be hot water. It just needs to be like room temperature water. And then we're going to put our egg yolks in. Now you just whisk. And once it starts to get a little bit pale on you, just a little bit, that's when we're going to start adding butter just a little bit at a time, kind of slowly. But we don't want to dally too much because then it will start to cook. And make sure you're scraping all the sides down for this, because as soon as it sits there for too long, then it's going to start to scramble on you, and that's not what we're looking for. Again, it's getting kind of foamy. Feel free to pull it off if you think it's going too fast, because you don't want you don't want it cooking on you. All right, it's starting to thicken, and it's starting to look a little bit on the pale side. So we're almost there. I don't see any dark strains of yellow, kind of like we had when we were first starting with those egg yolks. So now what I'm going to do, add a little bit of butter, and then just whisk like crazy, because you're looking to make an emulsion here. And that's just taking 2 things that don't typically want to sit together and forcing them to come together. Now, a lot of the fancy restaurants that I work in, they would say, or the classic French would say, oh, you got to use clarified butter. But I've found that regular stick butter works well. And another thing that you're trying to do with these eggs is that's warm butter. You're trying to temper them a little bit so you don't put hot butter into the eggs until they've warmed up a little bit. Like I said, just got to whisk, 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 just so it doesn't start cooking, just so it doesn't get too lumpy on you. And if you guys are familiar with French cooking, French cuisine, you'll notice that this bears some striking similarities to mayonnaise, because it's basically the same ingredients, a fat and egg yolk. So you're basically making hot mayonnaise. do with that information what you will. All right, we're almost there, and I'll show you how I know we're almost there. I'm going to add just a little bit more butter. And if it gets too thick, you can always add just a little bit of warm water, not hot, not cold, just a little bit of warm water, and your hollandaise will loosen up and you'll be ready to go. It just depends on how thick you're looking for it. And how you can tell when you're done is you can take it and you can kind of write a letter. They say you can write your initials in there. So there's a T, and the T kind of holds for just a moment. Chef Tucker. But that's how you know you are at the correct thickness. So move this out of the way real quick. What we're going to do next is add our seasonings, which is going to be salt and pepper, because you always need the salt and pepper. A little bit of lemon juice. And like I said, typically you can add a hot sauce. I have Tabasco, or you can add some cayenne. You can add as much or as little as you want. Typically, like for this instance, one, two, three. Just one, two, three. That's just to give it a little bit of zip, a little bit of pop with the lemon juice. And there we go. Hollandaise 101. Perfect. It goes well over top of a lot of things, meats, especially vegetables. You'll see it a lot of times with asparagus or chicken, but it has a lot of different varieties that come after it, and we'll get into that in another time. But that is the basics for hollandaise. So if you ever are making hollandaise sauce, or you want hollandaise sauce for a dinner, or especially the holidays, and you run out of little packets of instant holiday mix, now you just need a couple egg yolks, some butter, lemon juice, and something to add a little bit extra flavor to it. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was the base tutorial on hollandaise, one of the 5 mother sauces. Remember that, 5 mother sauces. And if you learned something, you had fun, just remember to like, share, comment down below, and it really helps me grow. And well, now that you know one of the 5 mother sauces, go have fun in the kitchen.